Welcome to the Down and Back. We're diving deep into the stories that matter. Let's get this show on the road. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're here live at the event. We've got some great matches lined up for you. The energy here is electric. Yeah, the crowd is really into it. Absolutely, they love it. What a roll. Oh my God, incredible. Unbelievable. Yes, keep it going. Wow.
Yeah, you know what it is. Turn it up. Feel that cornhole blitz. If you came to slide or you came to sack, welcome to the Down and Back.
Nice spot, huh? Kevin, first pitch. Cheers to that. Cheers.
Corn dog in the house.
I can't believe he hit that. That was unbelievable. What a shot. Incredible. Welcome to ACL headquarters. Let me show you how it's done. Right, what a shot. Unbelievable from down up and drained it. Wow. That's how you take over a game. He needs to hit the airmail to stay alive. Come on, you got this. No mistakes now. Execute the play. Stay alive.
And welcome back to another edition of the Down and Back Cornhole podcast, the recorded edition. We're back. Like I said, I love doing these here recorded shows because it kind of gets it back into the past. The live shows are live, they're great, but I love just still talking to the players and kind of doing stuff out. So anyway, a long overdue show that I'm having today. The father and son team, Dave DeThomasis, and a guy not too bad, Kevin DeThomasis as well. We got to see Kevin in a bunch of, he's been to all 4 opens this year. Made the bracket, the pro bracket in 3 of the 4. We're going to talk about that a little later on. But yeah, first things first, we've got some big stuff coming up this weekend over in Coburg. I am not going to be there. Got some family stuff going on. I miss a lot of the family stuff during the season with Open. So kind of doing some of the family stuff this weekend. So I will miss the Coburg Provincials, but I will be watching along on the live feed. That I know that the Nomad guys, I know they put a thing out that I was missing. I'm here, just in seclusion, semi-seclusion. Anyway, so yeah, Coburg here this weekend. A lot of great teams. It's going to be good. A lot of new names I've seen on the list to go and play. So I really like that there. That unfortunately there's not a lot of people that are local to me here that are going this year, but still a lot of new players, a lot of people coming down from the north to play in it. So I really, really love that. So because all new players are great players, right? And then we got coming up in July, we got Nationals. Nationals is going to be off the hook. We've got a bunch of new divisions going on this year, new events going on this year, which their timing with all the other stuff, it's getting a little change. We're going to probably be a little pro heavy on the live feed here this year, but yeah, still, it's you're going to see just if this season's been anything, you're going to see some absolutely amazing cornhole played. I cannot wait for that. And then what? Like a week after Nationals, we got Worlds going on, and then later on in September we've got Croatia. But yeah, it's going to be the next month of cornhole is going to be absolutely insane because we've already had a bunch of regionals here kind of going in. People kind of get a last chance at points to kind of get into their spots with it. But yeah, it's going to be good. So. You know what? I think that's all I got to talk about because you heard me talk about all the other stuff on live feed stuff. Sorry, on the live shows I've did. Yeah, you kind of already know. I think so. Why don't we just get right to it? Because, like I said, we've got 2 great people of Dave and Kevin DeThomasis, and yeah, we're going to be talking about their cornhole journey and kind of how this year's been. It's been an okay year for one of them, but yeah, here is. I'm going to make you hungry now. Here's the Winging It. Great Taste of Adventure interview with a really good father and son team.
Wingin' It has over 100 wing flavors to choose from and a great burger menu too. Open for dine-in and takeout from 19 locations. Download their app or order online at wingingit.ca.
And here, as promised, we've got the dynamic father and son duo here of Dave and Kevin DeThomasis. Guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. You, Doug?
Not too bad. Like I said, kind of in the preview thing the other day that I put out, it was like, I've wanted to do this show with you guys for a long time because you guys are one of my favorites for watching on the boards because I'll be able to watch you guys kind of grow. So I'm happy we can finally do this.
Yeah, we're happy to be on for sure.
Right. So, okay. So I've got my old school Essex County Cornhole League hat on here.
Love it.
But that is where you guys got your start in cornhole, correct?
Yeah, it was probably I'm going to say about 5 years-ish ago. Started playing. I think I played in a fundraiser tournament and started asking questions about, some of the better guys and how they were shooting. And then I started playing with my brother in a league, and then Kevin joined in with one of his buddies. And then kind of away we went with that.
So, Kev, was it fun kind of going along with Dad to league night?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. He was winning a few of them, and I was with my buddy, and we weren't very good for the first year or so, but it was definitely enjoyable.
Well, I know that league. Like to go to that league would be kind of like for just starting off would be kind of daunting because there's a lot of good players in that league.
Yeah. I think there was like 50 teams when I first joined. It was crazy.
Like, well, yeah, you say 50 teams, but like 34 of them were like clinks because there's like 82 of them that play.
Yeah,
That's so true. Yeah.
But there is so many great players that come out of Windsor. You got like the Jagoffs, the Clapp is another one. It's just there's just I think that's how the reason why there's so many good players at Windsor is because you guys are playing against the top players in the province all the time.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. We're not obviously as close to the Toronto area as we'd like to be as far as to be able to play all the players in that area, but we're lucky because on a weekly basis we're able to play the Clinks, to play John George, to play the Goff, to play Clapp, to play Sam Alou. There's so many good players to play. Mike Stevenson. So like pretty much like week in week out we're able to have some really great games, and even after league's done we'll stay and we'll shoot bags against those guys just for fun. And so yeah, it helped a lot for sure.
Yeah, I know we didn't say Derek Freeman for a reason because he's always asleep because he kicks his pillow around everywhere. But there's you've got your Windsor guys, but then you guys also you're close enough that you guys can cross the border as well to play some not bad players over there.
Yeah, that helped big time for us, especially. I mean, we crossed a bit more when they were the points were kind of flip flopping.
Yep.
But regardless of that, it's like a 20-minute ride for us from the border to Kudos in Taylor, Michigan. And we actually just went last week, and we played in one of their regionals. And on a random Thursday night, Jordan Powers was there. So it's just so you're always getting top competition when you're going over there.
Yeah. So Kevin, have you guys had a chance? Because I know there's the Windsor does play. The Windsor area people do play against the Michigan people. Have you had a chance to play in that Canada-US kind of thing that they have going on there?
Yeah. Me and my dad actually played in it a few times. I think the first time we weren't partners, and I think our team, like Team Canada, kind of got killed. And I think we've slowly built up, especially now that we have a lot of good players in our area. And we're able to like actually compete with them, which is nice.
Well, and then the one thing I remember, Donnie didn't like me putting out there, but you guys got the win. The 1 year we got the bragging rights to Canada here, so that had to feel pretty good.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
I know what I got to talk with Derek Freeman after the first one, and he kind of knew that you guys were in trouble with the Canada side when I'll forget her name now, spins the bag on her finger and just kind of does that for the spin of the bag, and it's just we're he was, but it's good that you guys have been able to really kind of compete and then take one down.
For
sure. And we Evan does a great job organizing that every year, and it's a lot to take on for sure for him. But he, just trying to. I think there's 40 people that compete from each side. So just to organize to get 40 people and to get the team set and all that stuff. He certainly does a great job, and I think now we're trying to do it 2 times a year as opposed to once. So
Yeah, I'm trying to. Hopefully, I can get down to one of them to kind of just to be in that building. Just because you guys, I was down to Essex one time. It was a weekend we don't want to remember because it was the COVID weekend as we were heading down to Cleveland. But you guys just your league just looks like so much fun down there. Because it's I've been to some leagues where you get like little pockets of players kind of sitting. We got this crew, corner crew, we got this crew, but you guys are just all one big melting pot down there, and it seems to be really good.
yeah, what the neat thing about our league, especially the Wednesday night and sometimes Thursday night leagues at the KFC and McGregor, the one that Evan runs, is you got your all different kinds of levels of players. But the neat part is that even the lower level players love learning from the people that have a little bit more experience, and they're out to have a good time. And no one's really upset if they're getting beat because they just want to get better. So it's kind of a neat atmosphere for sure to be in.
Well, now we fast forward a couple of years here now, and the last couple of years I keep saying I've had the privilege of watching both of you guys kind of climb the ranks and compete with doing the live feeds, and be able to see that to where both of you guys are the names I look for on the Friday Pro qualifiers when you guys are there. And this year's been actually last couple of years have been pretty good for you guys. With last year and this year, you guys been making some brackets.
Yeah, Kev certainly had a successful year for sure. Maybe you can talk to that, Kev.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been pretty fun. Where I think I made it 3 times
Yeah,
this year.
you done 3 of the 4, so yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was pretty nice. I mean, I played in all 4, so pretty big sample size, but I'll take it. I enjoyed it. I like all the competition there, of course. Like making the pro bracket. The pro qualifier feels to me at times harder than the actual pro bracket because it's such a bottleneck of so many good players trying to all get in, especially when you get later on and you get up to like 4 wins, then there's like a lot of players that are all really good and trying to get in. And I really enjoy that competition.
Well, and that's the thing is, and I talked, with your last one, you were pretty successful with Michelle Hunter. Talk with her, and she had said that she's watched your game grow over the last couple of years. I'll kind of read it here. Grow over the last couple of years. It shows that you've been dedicated to the game, and she very much enjoyed having you as a pro partner in St. John's, and that how you managed, even though the fact she gets a little more emotional than what your dad usually gets on the boards, but and that you were kind of able to deal with that. But you guys had a pretty good run there in St. John's. You played some big teams, and you kind of knocked some big people down.
Yeah, I think Michelle actually beat Kuza. She was really proud of that. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing with her.
So for the thing for me is I've got to watch the last couple of years, and I know that I believe it was 2 years ago where you guys, I'm not sure, I forget if you guys had to play against each other or almost had to play against each other in the gauntlet on the Sunday. I know that you guys were kind of making your way there, but
yeah, we it was last year.
Yeah.
We ended up in the same quadrant, I guess. And once we got set in the same quadrant, we knew, regardless of how we did, only one of us was obviously going to be able to get it. But we didn't end up facing each other, which was probably better. But I was happy to see Kev get into that final game against Landon again, and he was another awesome player. And came pretty close last year. But it was all worthwhile because this year looks like he'll most likely get the spot. So.
Well, I was gonna ask you, Kevin. The last 2 years, the last 2 gauntlets, you've actually made it pretty far in both. Did that kind of help you with kind of going to this year? Because, and Michelle and I have talked about it, that we we see a different player in you this year. There's a lot more confidence on the board this year, which we hadn't seen previously. We've seen how great you were, but
Mm.
just how did those two trips
I
in
feel
that
like it.
gauntlet help out this year?
I feel like it taught me to like slow down a lot. I used to be like really, really fast, and I was kind of like an emotional player. And now that I put the bags on the board, I slow myself down a lot. I try and be a lot more composed. All those things like come to help me to like succeed in the qualifiers. Um, yeah, that's
Well, yeah, I'm going to say that because that's what kind of we've talked about as well. Is before you would just if you were starting to struggle, you were trying to go quick to try and get that back up. Where this year, I'm not going to say you've turned into Dion Kuza, but you're going a little bit slower. Or you're
yeah,
taking
yeah.
that time out, going down. You're looking at the bags, and it's just I think it's really helped your game just to kind of sit back and kind of have a
Or-
look at it.
for sure. Yeah, it was complete 180 on a style, but yes, it has helped.
So Dave, I go to you, and and Michelle and I talked about it last year with during that gauntlet, even kind of like his final game, that you kind of you felt every bag that kind of came through in that final game against Landon. It was just it kind of you had kind of given me the idea of filming Chris Stewart because it was like you were moving, trying to help each bag kind of move.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I was probably more emotional over every bag in his game than I ever was in any game that I played. So I wanted him obviously to get it really badly because I know how hard he works and wants it, right? So yeah, it was just it was neat watching, but also a little nerve wracking, obviously. So
Well, I know that you've played some other sports before and kind of high level sports. Is there anything you kind of tried to help because there's the whole new thing now where everyone's talking about coaches, like trying to break coaches. It seemed
yeah.
like you were because you would kind of talk with him between rounds as well too, and trying to just help calm him down. Is there anything that you kind of tried to help him with that?
Yeah, yeah, I think not even necessarily just that day, but throughout. I grew up playing sports. I played tons of sports, right? Um, Baseball being the main one that I played, but um, and so I know I kind of have a little more experience about being in pressure situations. And I've coached many teams, and I kind of know how to navigate through that. And Kev, this is kind of his first go at like being super competitive at something. So I think I can help with that. Like throughout the last 5 years playing together, um, he's taken a few things from me in that regard, like how to react in certain situations, so on and so forth. Now, having said that, he was chasing me when we first started. Now I just have to try and keep up with him. So it's a little different story now.
Well, and that was the kind of thing, and Michelle and I talked about that, I believe, before Quebec City, because we'd seen on the list that Kevin was down to play,
Mm.
but you were not going to Quebec City. And I kind of, there was no disrespect or anything there. I kind of said that was the tournament I wanted to see how Kevin was going to do, because not saying that you were a safety blanket, but you had always been there. So Kevin was going on his own.
Yeah, 100%. I was actually happy to see him go to two of the opens without me this year, to be honest. It allows him the space to be himself and to like you said, navigate the certain situations on his own where I don't have to be in his ear or I'm not there to kind of look over him. Because he doesn't need it anymore. He doesn't need me around to do any of that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's just nice to see. I was obviously following every single minute online, but no, it was great for him to be able to do that for sure.
So Kevin, do you think that kind of helped you out, being able to kind of step out that way and kind of a little more confidence in your ability?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I still texted my dad after like every single game, but yes, it was very nice.
Well, and that's the thing and Dave, you talk about how you were following every bag, and
Yeah.
I've always said, like when I've asked if I can ask Matt for a game, I'll say, can I get some of the Newfoundland crew, because I know that there's going to be a big following. I'm also asking, can I get Windsor? Because you guys
Yeah.
must have like that message group, because as soon as Kevin hits the board,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like, there's more people watching, and all of a sudden there's tons of support for Kevin in the chat.
Yeah, for sure. We do have a group chat, the Windsor Cornhole group chat, and everyone's super supportive of each other, right? So if regardless if it's Kevin or whoever that's in the finals of a tournament or going through a tournament, we're always there to kind of support each other. But the neat part about the Sunday in when Kevin was in St. John's is we had a kind of a fundraiser tournament, outdoor tournament here for autism, and it was outside, and everyone was there from Windsor, and that usually plays, and so Kevin was going through the singles event that day, and so everyone was kind of following Kevin as we were playing in the tournament, which is kind of neat. So it's pretty cool that way.
Yeah, I have to say, I did feel the pressure when the internet went down
Yeah.
in his game. It was just, I was like, I cannot show my face in Windsor if I cannot get this game back up. But yeah, that was the thing. That was a pretty epic game that you had against Ludwig there, Kevin, because you guys were back and forth.
Yeah, for sure. We're both fairly slow shooters, so it did take quite a bit, but definitely a match like I was happy to get.
Well, yeah, because you were both kind of, and I think you guys are both the same style as well. You both will kind of stop and take that time out just to kind of see. You both have a roll shot. You both kind of you both have all the shots, but it was a great game, and I was just, like I said, yeah, I was feeling the pressure. So
At one point, I saw you just run away from the broadcast. I obviously I couldn't tell that you weren't down. I was like, what is happening right now?
yeah, I was trying to kind of not have you guys kind of realize that there as much, but yeah, it was kind of like a moment for me, but no, it was, and then, for that Sunday, you were the last quote unquote amateur standing in that tournament.
Yeah, it's a pretty big accomplishment. I'm very happy with that.
Because I believe you were like top 7, top 5.
Yeah, top 5, I think.
Around there, yeah. So
tied for 5th. Yeah.
Not too shabby when you see the people that were kind of finished ahead of you.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I was mad in the moment, but afterwards, I appreciated it.
Well, and it was great, and you really did get a lot of support from the people down there as well, which I thought was really good as well.
Yeah, it was playing with Michelle was very nice, actually. It was nice just to get to talk to her after games and everything, because that's someone I normally wouldn't like talk to all that much. So that was enjoyable.
Yeah, well, and and her and I talked as well, kind of before that, because she knew that she was going to be getting one of the qualifiers coming out of the Friday, and she was like, I'm not going to say no to playing with Kevin, because her and I have talked about you so many times. She's like, I'm getting like a pro partner here,
Yeah.
right? So, it was kind of, she was happy with that.
For sure. I bet she stole my partner.
Well, now we talk about that for next year. It's not 100% official yet, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many people can make up 2,000 points on a weekend. But how kind of good does that feel for you, Kevin? Kind of going into nationals already in it.
Yeah, it's a relaxing feeling. It's pretty nice. Like all I got to do is show up, right? I was texting Waterman about that, so that was I just had to confirm. I had to make sure. So it was very nice.
Because I think tentative right now, you could be sitting beside me for Thursday morning for that bracket to kind of watch it. So it's, you got to do that last year with me for a bit, and I'm hoping we can make that work again this year.
Yeah, hopefully. Let me know. I'll definitely join you.
Because it was a fun time last year, but it's been so much fun watching you play this year. Just like I said, I've been a fan for a while now of both of you guys, and just kind of seeing just the way that you've kind of, I don't want to say changed your game, but just you've kind of refined it more this year than you have in the past.
I did change it. I went from just such a fast style, which I still do enjoy. So it does hurt me sometimes when I have to slow down and I get bored a little bit, but it's definitely like worth it. So
Well, yeah, and you've kind of started a bit more online because I got to see you play against the two Clinks there the other night,
yeah,
and
Junior and
it
Josh.
was, which was fun for me to watch because, well, it's better for you because you get to play against some of the top players, but just kind of being able to practice with some of the top players has got to help you out a lot.
So of course, I love those guys too. So it's always a pleasure.
Yeah. John George had messaged me the other night there. And he's like, give me a hot take. I was like, okay, John, what do you got? And he's like, Clank's first, DeThomasis second at Provincials this weekend. I'm like, I
Yeah.
thought you were giving me some hot take that no one else knew because it's those guys are going to be there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, we hope to be. It'll again. There's so many good players in Ontario and all over Canada, but especially in Ontario for this provincials. And yeah, I mean, we just hope to have a good result and shoot our best. But like you said, we play the best, some of the best players regularly, so it helps us a lot.
Yeah, and I don't want to say that you guys are like a forgotten players, like especially in that the western part of the province, but because you guys don't make the trip east, and a lot of the events are kind of in the eastern part of
Right.
the province.
Right.
So when you guys are coming in, there's like the unknown kind of factor of
Oh,
you guys, but
for
to
sure.
some people,
Yeah,
not to others here.
we certainly felt it 2 years ago when we went to nationals, um, and getting to know some of the players across Canada. We beat a couple pretty high level teams that year in the open doubles, and I think we started gaining a little bit more notoriety, and Windsor started gaining it as well. Um, and yeah, so that was kind of neat. Like just and now obviously Kevin's taken off and done quite well, and everyone knows Kev. So it's yeah, so it's been good. It's been fun, and what started for us, like especially for me, um, as an avenue to just kind of spend more time as Kev got older with them to do something fun, has kind of turned into this, which is kind of neat. So
Well, it's got to be good for you as a father too, just to be able to. Because I've talked to some other people, like Matthew Morton's father, a while ago, and some of the other players younger players that come up. That it's kind of great to see your son kind of be able to go from like, don't want to say the bottom, but the bottom
yeah,
all the way to kind of like right to the top here, right?
for sure. Yeah, I've seen all of it. Right. So on the last, especially in the last 5 years, so yeah, I mean, I'm obviously pretty proud, but at the same time, thankful the fact that we get to do it together, right? We may not always be partners, but we're at the events together and just spending time together, which is as a dad, that's basically why I'm doing it. So yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Now, Kevin, we did get to meet your mom in St. John's. What was her thoughts? Because she looked a little wide eyed, kind of going in there, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
especially on the Sunday, she was back in the. I'm gonna say she was in the bar, but she was in the bar area. But she was kind of back there and looking a little nervous at sometimes.
I think it was a lot. For the first time, you don't expect it to be this big of an event. But her and my stepdad Mike were both rooting me on like every single game. That was very nice. She got along really well with Michelle, so that was nice. They talked for quite a bit.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of good this because for me this game is all about family, right? And it's and as a parent, you want to go and you want to see your kids kind of improve, but you've really proved this year just kind of that you belong, and I'm kind of been I'm like I said I've kind of known you've been a fan, so I'm kind of very proud of that there. So congrats on that there this year, and hoping to see both of you guys in nationals, and yeah, and I think it's going to be a pretty awesome weekend.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, pressure's on me, I guess, this year to in the gauntlet, but
Well, you got a pro to kind of help walk
yeah,
you along.
that's right. Yeah,
Right,
that's right. Yeah, yeah. I can get the coaching this year, which is nice.
Yeah. So So, Kevin, how about we're going to say this here? How about we're going to do a live thing July 18th, because that's the day you're going to know for sure
Okay.
that you are a pro. We'll go and we'll bring you back on live here. We'll do a little live thing. And then the 19th, Dave will do one with you. Because I got to feel you're going to get it too.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm going to do my best. That's for sure. Try. There's a ton of good players that play in it, but yeah, I mean, I certainly have more motivation this year than I ever have, for sure. So
yeah, I think it's going to be great. So, you guys got any shout outs for sponsors or just kind of people who kind of helped you guys along the way here as we finish up here?
I mean,
for
Windsor
sure,
Cornhole is the big one.
yeah. I was going to say the same. Windsor Cornhole, definitely them. Where it all started at the KFC in McGregor, that league, the ECCL, and just all the players that we play with all the time that we hang out with even outside of cornhole, and that's what's kind of created friendships. um the list is long, but so many great people in Windsor, yeah, for sure. So
Yep. And I do have to give a shout out Karen Sportello, because she's like, whenever I'm live and anything, she's there. She's like, "Where's the Windsor guys? How are they doing?"
yeah,
So we have
she's
to give a shout out to Karen.
super supportive, awesome, and again, just she's like most of us here, super supportive with everything that everyone's doing. So and I think that's one of the reasons why there's so much success, right? Because of all the support that we give each other, right? Yeah, we're competitive with each other, obviously, in tournaments, but at the same time, we don't shy away from helping each other as well, right? Which is kind of neat. So, and Karen's a very good example of that, for sure. So,
Well, let's hope we can get an open in Windsor. I've been kind of saying to Matt, you know what? We did Niagara Falls for a while. Let's go west. Let's get something in Windsor. So hopefully you guys will be able to have a hometown one coming up here soon. But I want to thank you guys for doing this here. Let's do this here again sometime, not just at Nationals, but maybe sometime after Nationals here to get you guys back on, because like I said, you guys are been a couple of the top players in the province here for a while. So this show was long overdue. But thanks for coming on and doing this.
thanks for the opportunity, Doug. Appreciate it.
Not a
Pleasure,
problem.
Doug. Thank you very much.
Almost ACL Canada Pro Kevin DeThomasis here, and
Yeah.
soon to be Dave DeThomasis. He's going to be one too. No problem.
Thanks.
There you have it. The do we call him Future Pro? He's almost there. He just has to throw a bag at each event, and he's going to be there. Not sure the 2,000 point spread that he has up, that both him and Adam Misson have up on the competition here. I think they're pretty well set, and like I said, it's the progression that I've been able to watch Kevin make over the previous, I'm going to say, last 3 to 4 years that I've been kind of doing kind of the live feed stuff around Ontario here, and just, it's like I said, like his game this year has really kind of did a 180, and he kind of even said that too. He just slow it down, because it was a time where it was almost where I felt like he would go on tilt a bit, and he would just, if one mistake, would just kind of trying to overcome that mistake right away instead of just take a breath. But I think the live stuff that I've watched him kind of do with the Clinks, seen him do one with Michael and Josh the other day there, or last week, and it kind of really just showed that holding his own against a couple of big names, some big hitters. So super great to see that for Kevin and Dave. Dave has been one of the perennial top players here around Ontario as well too, and it's really unfortunate, like I feel that when I see them, they're in the western part of the province, that they don't really get the limelight, because it's the southwestern, kind of midwestern, kind of middle of the road, north of Toronto, kind of get all the we'll say TV time or the limelight. That we got such great players in the far west and the far east of Ontario. That even there's even some people up in the north, up with Jeff stuff with Nickel City and Steel City way up there. But I think Cornhole is we're in a pretty good spot here in Ontario. So it's going to be great to see them perform in Ottawa. We know that Kevin's going to be there. Hopefully, Dave is there as well too. So thank you all for watching this year's show. Like I said, it's the show with both of them on, long overdue. And yeah, so again, thanks to my sponsors being able to help make this here happen. Being JC Cornhole, right back there, jccornhole.com. Tell Jamie I sent you. He may charge you more, I'm not sure, but usually it's a pretty good price. But yeah, no, Jamie's one of the OGs of Cornhole. He makes fantastic boards. I can't say enough about his stuff. So go and check him out at jccornhole.com. East Coast Cornhole. Graham and TJ hitting it out of the park time after time after time. Hopefully you were able to get in on his last shipment of jerseys on the sale that he had there last weekend before Nationals, but he's also got the contest. You can still get in on that there. Go over to their Facebook page. Make sure you're following their page, sharing their jersey contest, and then and make a comment, because all that is going to help. And yeah, and get in and remember, you want jersey number 1. It's over. I got it right here. Jersey number 1, right there. Even put a little back on the back there. No, this is not the jersey that Matt Mearns wears. But no, make sure you're doing number 1. Then after that, I don't have them down here with me. Hay is for horses. Corn is for cornhole. You've got to get yourself a pair of corn dudes. I swear, I wore them down in Cleveland. I was on my feet for like 17 hours doing the setup down there, and just a full day. Feet were not sore. Like, it was like walking on a cloud. Go and talk to Pierre. Get yourself a set of corn dudes. Tell him I sent you. I'm not sure what he'll do, but he'll make it right for you. He'll give what you need. He will give to you. Yeah. Then, as Donnie says, the best bags of all. I'm wearing. You can't see it, but I am wearing the jersey right here. TitanBags.com. Talk to Candy. She will set you up perfectly for the bags that you need. All benders are darts. But yeah, go and check them out, TitanBags.com. And then absolutely the best people, best sponsors, best everything being wingingit.com. Go and get, I tried some new flavors there last week, and absolutely they hit the spot. Buster. And I just forgot the other one. Good job on me. But Rhinos and Amelia Earhart, they hit the spot. Go and check out Wayne, because Glenn and Kim are probably the 2 best people ever. And if you're in my area, in Southern Ontario here, we're gonna make a trip to Paris, not France, Ontario. We're gonna do a corn dog day here some point this summer here at the Paris Winging It. I just got to set it up, and we'll do it. So, yeah, that's it for me here this week here. I've rambled on for 6 minutes here afterwards, but hopefully you're all still here. But be good to each other. Have fun in this sport that we play. Don't worry about payouts, because they're going to happen. They're going to come along. And yeah, just be good to each other. Have fun. It's cornhole. We're having fun throwing bags. That's all we're doing. See you later.